You hit record?
I mean, yeah, I'm hitting record.
I'm ready. Yeah.
I mean,
fucking thing sucks. We'll do it live.
Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve. Get in, sit down, buckle up. Cruising with Steve.
welcome back to Cruising Steak. Here it is again, Tuesday night, February 12th, one day after King Jingle's birthday. I want to welcome you back to the show. Also, who we got with us? We got Mr. James Cruz, the main man, the main squeeze, my guy.
What him up?
Hey, what's up? We got Cliff Wall, Felix Ortega.
Hi and bye.
Hi. And we got Bizarro Jerry here, who's Bizarro.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming through.
Sweet.
Just in the nick of time.
Yeah, man. I was like, yeah, I think Jerry's gonna be here. I was like, he said something, but
I had to
you're
work down dinner quickly.
yeah, you're in a remote location and somewhere.
What were those things called? Salty cocks or something? What were those?
Bag of dicks.
Bag of dicks. All right.
Dick
Yeah.
sauce. I didn't get that. I didn't go there.
Did you look for bed bugs under your mattress?
No.
Ooh, good point.
Oh
Yeah.
man. You know,
But I don't sleep under the sheets, so it's okay.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You don't want to sleep under hotel blankets.
Nah.
Just from
There's
things.
No
Nasty.
dead bodies under
It
the
is. I sleep fully clothed on top.
I don't blame you, man.
With my
Yeah.
shoes on and everything.
Just the things that I know I've done to hotel beds. I couldn't imagine what other people have done. It's disgusting.
Oh, I jerk
That's
off into the
nasty.
sheets. I just don't sleep under.
You ever
guys.
look up
I got a hotel story. We went down to Florida one year and a couple years ago, and we were checking into this room, and someone was up with the room, like it wasn't the right room or something, but the kids were playing in a like one of the they were tossing like a little basketball or a football, like these little small ones back and forth, and it went on the floor, and he's like, I lost it. So I went down and looked under there, used condom on the floor underneath the bed.
Oh,
It's
used.
epic. Oh yeah. I turn around, I get up, and I look over at Sid. I just start laughing and shaking my head. I'm like, no way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you got to look down there.
Yeah.
We ended up getting a different room for sure, dude.
you go get the tongs that come with the ice.
Use the ice tongs to
Scoop
pick
it
it
in the
up.
bucket.
Ice tongs to remove
It was so crazy, dude. Yeah. First time I've ever had that happen.
Oh, man.
Legal lady missed it.
We got some
Yeah.
announcements. We got some announcements up front, guys.
Yeah.
Cruising with Steaks on Spotify now. So you can find our podcast anywhere on Spotify. Anywhere. That's about it for announcements. I mean, we don't
iTunes,
got else.
Stitcher.
Also, I'm going to give a disclaimer for any new listeners. Our show, we do what we want. It's not really structured. I do the show for us to have fun, to hang out with the
Yeah.
boys and occasional girls. But so if you're looking for good content, you've come to the right place.
You're in the right place.
Yeah, this is all content driven, dude. No
Well,
doubt about it.
It's just a free flowing hangout.
Yeah, fly by the
hangout
seat of your
discussion.
pants thing with a bunch of crazy, cool, kick-ass people.
I wish more
Yeah,
people would.
if you put the show, I was going to say, if you put the show under a microscope and you look down to the small stuff that the show's made out of, you'd see content.
It's true. It's fractal. It's fractal
Yeah,
content.
And part of the ingredients is content. Yeah.
Oh man. Yep. Content.
Someone
Speaking
in
of,
the chats was behind a car today that had license plates that.
oh yeah, there was a
so
light.
relevant.
What did it say? It said CWS something or other. That was K Dog. K Dog came from OBDM.
CWS BB3 or something.
Mhm.
BB3.
CWS BB brand guns, BB guns.
Oh, we could sell BB guns. That might work. We need a good exit strategy
little
out of this
insignia.
podcasting gig.
With little insignia of CWS on it, so when it hits you, you get a little tiny CW like imprint.
Or you shoot it and a little flag shoots out, says, you suck.
Oh, so what's new,
Stuff
guys?
like that.
Anything cool happened this week? Anything?
My birthday was
t-
yesterday.
Yeah, happy
yeah.
belated, Felix. Big 34. Woo! Congrats, man. You made it.
Feels good.
Yeah.
34. Oh man, I have shoes older than you.
That's not even true.
They be some
got,
old
like-
shoes.
You got some like baby shoes that you got dipped in gold.
No, yeah.
Did you do
No.
anything? Did you do anything fun for
The
your
bronze,
birthday?
they dip them in bronze.
Bronze shoes, yeah. Baby bronze.
See, I was
shoes.
6 years old then. So yeah, that'd be my youngest son's age then. So yeah, I'd be rocking some whatever size 12 kid shoes or something like that. Something like that. I think that's how. I can't remember how the kid sizes go, or the 6. I can't even remember what he was wearing. I
Who
don't do
knows?
much shoe shopping these days.
Don't do much of that.
Oh, dude, you go through so many shoes. It's ridiculous. Now the ones I saved from my oldest son, now he can just wear them fucking things. They're all skate shoes. It's like 10 pairs of Vans and
Should invent some sort of like elastic shoe that will grow with the child's foot.
hmm.
Patent pending?
Accordion mechanism.
Yeah, like an accordion mechanism on it. Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Accordion shoes.
Huh. Could work.
Carbon fiber, like carbon fiber mesh.
Oh,
Carbon fiber is probably pretty expensive.
Maybe.
it cost.
I got some books.
You got some books?
I got some books for my birthday.
Yeah. What kind of books?
There's a book that I read a number of years ago called The Savage Detectives by Roberto Bolaño. And it's a novel. This guy's a really good writer. And this, I think it follows, it's like in the 1970s, and it follows a couple of poets that are pretty, ideological, and they want to change the world. And it's very like human driven kind of story, and their interactions and little events. And this one main guy kind of sleeps on people's couches, and they write poems together, and they have little workshops, and they want to start a revolution. And it's kind of meandering, but it's just written really well.
Not bad.
And I also got a couple of music mixing books. This one's called The Zen and the Art of Mixing, Revision 2 by a guy named Mixer Man.
Mixer Man?
And it's just Mixer Man. It's like his pseudonym. And I don't know much about it other than it just gives you his philosophy on how you should mix music. And it's more creative than technical.
Right.
It just gives you more like creative ideas. I can read the back on it real quick here, if you want me to.
Yeah, sure.
Here, in a replica of a recently exhumed tome, miraculously preserved within the chassis of a Sound Tools rig at the bottom of the La Brea tar pits, we present Mixer Man's philosophies in the art of mixing. Well known for his hilarious exploits in the daily adventures of Mixer Man, the author now provides his tactical reasoning without the colored lens of absurdist big label disasters. In Revision 2, Mixer Man distills a successful mixing career's worth of lessons and realizations into understandable and sensible terms for both enthusiastic musician and professional technician alike. As Mixer Man points out, if you change how you think about mixing, you'll be well on your way to learning how to mix. This new edition features an updated gear chapter.
Well, Mixmaster.
I also got
Mixer
I
Man.
also got a little black songbook, Tom Waits. So it has like 80 plus songs, chords, and lyrics. Tom Waits songs. Pretty cool. Also got another recording kind of mixing book called Recording Unhinged, Creative and Unconventional Music Recording Techniques. And it has a lot of visuals, and this, I think it's a lady that wrote it, and she's been in the business. Her name's Sylvia Massey, You guys ever hear of her?
No.
Nope.
This is another one where it doesn't tell you much about technical stuff, but more just kind of creative ways of recording kind of thing. And then I got another mixing book called Mixing Secrets.
Mixing Secrets?
Psh, it's
Yeah,
a
and that one's
secret.
actually
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah, you
It's
don't tell
pretty,
us
that
anything.
one's more technical, and it's like pretty cool because I don't have much know-how with mixing music, and I've been kind of hitting a brick wall with all the mixing I've been doing lately. So this book is like a textbook, and it's I can already tell that it's good. It goes
Right.
down to like the technical aspects of the room you're recording in, and how your room acoustics definitely affect how you interpret sounds, and that depending on the size of it, it resonates different. You might even have certain frequencies that are just completely disappear in your room. They're there, but just the nature of your room just kind of almost like cancels out the sounds. So it gives you ways to like work around that.
Noise
Think about it.
canceling.
Yeah. So they're like called
Yeah.
like anti-nodes and nodes, and you can actually kind of plot them out and think about, how far one wall is from the other, and see where you might want to put your desk, and talks all about.
So it's like
soundproofing
feng
rooms.
shui for your music.
Feng shui, really technical stuff. And it talks a lot about, if you're like a low budget person, like I don't have like $4,000 speakers. My speakers are probably like $150 or whatever. Just tells you ways to work around them and work with what you have and stuff like that.
What do you think about like we were talking earlier about the doing segments or whatever. I was mentioning I would do like a little section on senses, and we're talking about sound. Like you get that like ringing in your ears, like
Tinnitus?
Tinnitus?
tinnitus. Sure, yeah. Like if you can, I would think if the more and more we all wear like headphones and wireless
Well,
headphones.
it's probably fucking with us. But dude,
and
sounds
being in bands and playing music,
Yeah. Sound's a vibration. Like it's something physical that we can't
Yeah.
see. Like it's that's why those
Yeah.
resonance chambers and stuff, where people say how the Great Pyramid and other megalithic structures have these strange, like if you're drumming up against them or making certain tones, has crazy powers.
Yeah.
Yeah, another thing he talks about is like how the subjectiveness of sound. So like when you're mixing something, if your brain just starts to slowly acclimate to the sounds, and you almost start making things sound like they don't. Like in your head, you're like, "Hey, this actually sounds good." And you start
Subjects the
mixing
sound.
something.
Wow.
Yeah,
That-
and you could come back like the next day, and you're thinking, "Oh, that song sounded freaking awesome when I was mixing it last night." And then you go and you listen to it, and you go, "Oh man, that's terrible!" Like it
Yeah.
just sounds
That's-
like.
Well,
Yeah,
that
it's
also
inside of-
applies the same thing. Like if you just walk away from anything for a little bit and then come back to it, like you look at it kind of differently. It's like a reset on your brain almost.
Sure. It's like smoking a bunch of weed and be like, I got the best idea, dude.
Oh,
And
that's
then
dude. That's
coming back.
that's the life of a pothead, man. Having the
Yeah,
greatest
yeah.
ideas ever and never remember them. Just
Check
but
the- I got,
again,
You got to write them down.
exactly.
you got to write it down.
You
yeah.
have to write it
Or
down.
these days, you got to just talk into your phone and have Siri record it for you.
Fuck that. I'd rather write it down.
Yeah. I'd rather type it in
I-
my phone.
I
I've
still
never
take
used
notes.
I've never
Yeah.
used voice to text. Never ever talked in my phone for anything. That's insane.
I've done that at work. Like when I'm working, dude, I have no hands free. Yeah. So sometimes, like if I'm chatting back sometimes if I have to text something long, I'll speak it sometimes into the phone. But other than that, yeah, that's the only time I've ever used it. I never used it on a computer. I used to work for a right out of college, man. I worked for a little bit at this place called Wizard Software, and they've specialized in voice to recognition software. And they used to have these like they called them buddies. They were like these. One was like a wizard, one was an elf, but it was like one was an email buddy. So you're like
Clippy,
you know, hey Merlin, let's send an email, and you like talk to the computer. Then it would pull up your email. You know, it had some type of link to your email, and then you could start talking, and it would start typing or whatever. But
It's like Cortana.
it was kind of like a startup thing. This was back in '99, dude. So like that was one of them. You know, that whole tech boom.
dude, that was the dot-com boom was huge back then.
No doubt. Yeah, so like there were all these random companies like that. So I worked there for a little while, and I was doing site graphics, package design, flyers designs, and crap like that. But most of the time we took bets. We took bets on what time this one dude would show up from his school, and we would write it on this dry erase board behind us, and like forever. He never knew what it was. We had like 12:31, 12:45, 12:01, you know, like, so, so they would always have all these numbers on it, and no one, you know, obviously you never knew what the numbers were. And then like basically he'd come in, and then somebody would be like, yes. And like, cause you knew they had won the bet. It was ridiculous. And then one day he came in and was like, that shit's for what time am I getting here, isn't it? And finally, after like 6 months, yeah, it was pretty funny, man. That was I just thought I haven't thought of that since then.
He's probably listening to the show right now, and laughing it up.
Yeah.
Was his name Earl?
Couldn't even tell you. I don't even remember. I don't remember much.
Caleb.
I remember my old roommates. That's about it. Like their names, but oh man, but the wizard software was funny. That was God, what the hell was it? It was one of these like.
Hey, I remember what I was going to say. So that still, no one's realized that speaking to a computer is the worst possible interface you could have.
Talking to the box.
Yeah, man.
What do you mean?
Even like on phones, like
least productive is what I meant.
Yeah, it's like I feel like there's so much more room for error, and you're wasting more time.
No
like
doubt.
Just speaking it, how hard the amount of time it takes to say a letter is the same as a thumb swipe or something to push something in. Like I don't understand it. Or like when you call like the phone company or just something, you have to put your numbers in. Like I always go to the keypad. I don't ever speak my numbers. That's insane.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't done numbers. Yeah. Like I said, only if I was going like long drawn out email or not email, but a response in Discord or something.
Yeah.
That's the only time I ever use it.
Good stuff.
I was going to say, at the wizard place, they had this, it was when remember like the old like College Humor. This was like these were these sites that like when viral videos were starting to come out, you know, and they had this one site, it was College Humor, and they had this old clip that you used to watch. It was the dumbest. It was a 2-second clip. It was called Shovelhead, and it was like this kid sitting on a curb, and his buddy comes flying over top of them and smacks him on the head with the shovel, and you just play it in a loop, and you'd be in the computer lab, and you just hear dong, and then everyone would start just losing it. It's the dumbest clip ever, but that was like what kicked it off of like the viral freaking crap. And
so that was one of your generation to blame for that.
Sure, no, man, I don't think so. Viral, weird, crazy stuff. I mean, God, from all the only crazy things like that I saw growing up were in skate videos and stuff. I used to get like VHS from the skate shop, you know, that because then you get a look into the lives of people that are living on the West Coast.
Yeah, those skate videos, those old ones were awesome.
See, you didn't have any access like that. You'd read some articles and some picture, you know, you get a little bit of access from like Transworld or Thrasher, and then or BMX Plus, you know, like these have these magazines that you could, you know, relate to. And
dude, the zines.
Oh, those zines, yeah, that was a little late. Yeah, I was around that and in the late 90s, yeah. we were doing the band thing. That was the zine thing was pretty big. Yeah, that's kind of how your music got discovered.
Then they turned into blogs.
Yeah, then you turned into blogs. Yeah. Did you read my blog, dude?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever written a blog post in my entire life.
Me neither. I hate even tweeting.
Read or written?
Both. Yeah, reading.
No, you've read my blog.
Oh, I did read one. I did read yours, actually. Yeah. That would, you know what? I take that back. I've read, that one, and I read one I think that Justin wrote. And that was about it. God,
getting so bloggy with it.
Getting bloggy with it.
Blogging Molly.
Oh, dude, Flogging Molly. I saw them in concert. They were wild.
Yeah, that'd have been a fun show. Yeah,
I was back in my warp tour days. Yeah, Irish punk. Yeah, it's a good time.
That's where they get drunk and beat you up.
Yeah, no, I wasn't anything like that.
I'll go back to
Did you guys used to save concert tickets? I used to have all kinds of concert tickets.
I did, but I have no idea where any of them went.
What did I do with them? I ran into them again when I was packing all my stuff.
Recently?
Yeah. I got not all of them, but a bunch.
You don't got to get them, James. It's all right. I believe you, bro.
Yourselves for a second.
And he's going to get them. Classic James Cruz.
When I left for college, I came back and my dad had thrown away all my CDs.
Your CDs? Oh man, that's terrible.
Just because I hadn't been back for like a year or two, I think, and like pretty much all my CDs and like all the CD sleeves just like were gone.
Man,
so
that's pretty fortunate. My parents have a pretty big garage that they're able to pretty much store everything. So I never really lost anything in moves.
Now everything's just MP3s.
Yeah, pretty much. You don't even need CDs. Dude, all my CDs were so scratched anyway. I just took such shitty care of them. Be driving around and just pull them out and toss them to the side. So everything was burned.
Damn it. That wasn't it. I did find a bunch of tickets, but it was all a bunch of sporting events. No, it was all like
a bunch of Pixar movies.
Indians tickets. It was actually must have been from when I worked at the sporting goods place. I must have saved all these random sporting. I don't know, but there was one concert ticket in it. It was from 2003. It was 311. From some random concert ticket in there.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah. Yep.
It's not bad. Not a bad show.
They're a good live band too. I've seen them a few times.
Like three guys, or is it 11 guys?
It's three guys.
It's 4 guys?
No, they're from Omaha, which is the whole 311 area code thing.
Oh, they're cool guys like that.
Yeah, they're cool guys like that. Yeah, 216 is Cleveland, so you gotta have that area code in front of you. Back in the day when they split it up, it was always 216, and then they had the 440, which is like the hipster version of 216.
You guys remember making collect calls with like 1010-321 and 1010-220? Remember those commercials?
Sounds familiar. Yeah, sounds familiar.
Collect calls for only $1. 1-800-CALL-ATT.
I saw recently they were replaying these. I don't know, for some reason, the Geico commercials, the old ones.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's like, "It was Bob, we had a baby, it's a boy." Like, it was a collect call. It's like calling his parents.
We had a Watts line, which was like a wide area. I forget what it stood for exactly, but it was like a free long distance phone line in our house.
Watts. Interesting. That's crazy that you used to have to pay for long distance like that. Like, that's nuts.
Yeah. Even across town. Like, if I called the north side of Chicago from the south side, it was twice as much.
It's crazy.
They're thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Thieves
and liars. The Ministry song. So I read something that I want to get political here for a second. The Senate Intel Committee found no collusion between Trump and Russia. Is that what I'm understanding?
Yeah. Guess what they're going to dive back into?
There's been no collusion found. There's been nothing. They found, people will go, oh, what about Cohen and Manafort? Well, that was shit that happened before the campaign that they got busted for.
But the obvious next step is that the Senate Intel Committee is colluding with Russia, right? I mean, obviously, if there's no collusion,
they're going to open the investigation.
The Democrats' plan is to throw as many balloons in the air and distract everybody. No, it's true, because nothing will come of any of their investigations.
No.
Right. Yeah.
So they're going to throw as many balloons in there as they can and distract everyone and then take over.
Like spinning plates.
Yeah, spin exactly. Put the bear on the unicorn. On the unicorn?
Get ready for socialism, everyone.
Unicorn bear?
But isn't it a relief that there's no collusion?
I mean, it's kind of funny.
Yeah, I know.
I never thought
I'm so relieved.
There's been no evidence that there was any.
I know.
Witch hunt the whole time, and it's been a giant smear campaign against Trump. I don't like the guy. I don't support him. Whatever, but it's unfair.
Yeah. And also about that Arab woman who said some quote unquote anti-Semitic remarks, which I'm tired of them tying if you criticize the state of Israel, that doesn't make you anti-Semitic. Like the shit that they do, like it doesn't.
They do anti-Semitic things. Some of these people, like the Talib, whatever her name is, she's supported Louis Farrakhan, who is definitely anti-Semitic. The people who run that March for Women have been on record being anti-Semitic, so it's rampant.
But are they like actually like I hate the Jewish people, or are they I hate Israel? Because I like Israel's a piece of shit, but that doesn't mean that all the Jews are shits.
No, they're just, I don't know the particulars, so I can't speak.
That's because that's.
But I don't think it's anti-Israel. It's just generally
right
anti-Jew. But I've also, last time I looked into it, the Israelis aren't necessarily Semitic. They aren't a Semitic people, but the Palestinians are.
Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of ironic.
It is. And again, it's that inversion and reflection that we see everywhere.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called, projection.
Craziness. So Watcher, he couldn't make it tonight because he had to, I don't know, he's getting on a jet to Australia or something.
What?
I guess his girlfriend's mother isn't doing good, so let's all send good vibes to her.
Good vibes.
Good vibes. Yeah, but apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I just met the guy 3 weeks ago. I don't know much about him, but
I met him before you, so.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. Well, let's hope everything goes good with that.
Get some more auditory information.
You want to talk about sound?
No, just the ring. Yeah, well, I meant to go back.
I like that. I like that topic. I like that.
Into the sound thing, but so with the ringing in the ears or whatever, and how far, and so in some of the world's oldest medical texts, on even from like papyrus scrolls in ancient Egypt, clay tablets from Assyria, people complain about noises in their ears. So some of them would call it buzzing. Others described it as a whispering or even singing. Today we call such conditions tinnitus. And then so in distance past, doctors that offered all sorts of strange cures. The Assyrians poured rose extract into their ear through a bronze tube. And then the Roman writer Pliny the Elder suggested that earthworms boiled in goose grease be put in the ear. Medieval Welsh physicians in the town of Madfia recommended that their patients take freshly baked loaves of bread out of the oven, cut it in two, and apply it to both ears as hot as it can be. So yeah, as hot as it can be born, basically. So bind and then through the procedure, produce perspirations to help and then by the help of God you will be cured. So basically putting earmuffs on made out of bread.
Yeah. It's the earliest instance of headphones.
Yeah, totally. What do you hear, man? The ocean.
Yeast.
Yeasty
Man,
beastie boys.
It's crackly
boys.
The early physicians based these prescriptions on what they believed to be tinnitus to be. Some were convinced it was caused by the wind and it got trapped inside their ears and swirled around endlessly. So they tried to liberate the wind by drilling a hole into the bone around the ear and using a silver tube to suck the air out of the ear canal. The treatments didn't work, but they did have but they did have an internal logic. So today, tinnitus continues to resist medicine's best efforts, despite being one of the most common medical disorders. Surveys show that between 5 and 15% of people say that they have heard some kind of phantom noise for 6 months or more.
I've had it for years,
dude. Oh, for years,
5-6 years at least.
Oh my God,
start zoning it out.
It goes up and down. It depends.
Has it lowered your quality of life?
No.
Yes. So it can force people to withdraw from their social life, make them depressed, and give them insomnia. I don't know if you've experienced those.
No, I don't. I run a fan in my room for the white noise. So.
Oh, okay. Some modern doctors prescribe drugs like lidocaine. Others offer
sign me up.
Cognitive therapy.
When I was younger, I used to have to run a fan for the white noise, but now it's like I need complete silence. Like even if I'm watching TV, I have to like shut it off, or I can actually pass out to a TV, but complete silence is awesome to go to sleep.
Oh
to.
Yeah.
Like it's a weird thing. Until the owls start. The owls always fucking wake me up. I swear there's a nest right outside my window. They get going. It's crazy.
All I have is crows.
Oh, dude, that's a good sign. I love the crows.
I told you about the 3 crows on my front lawn, right?
I think I remember hearing something about that.
Or was it somewhere else? Never mind.
Maybe.
No, you told me.
I don't know. Every morning Go for it, Jer. I don't remember.
I don't remember the whole story. It's all good.
Every morning when I go to work, I sit out, and go through Twitter for a little bit and find out what I got to be outraged about the day. And then there's always these like 3 or 4 crows just hanging out, and they're always swooping the parking lot like looking for little shit. And it's every morning. They're on light poles, dude. It's crazy. I'll see them do like there was this one day where 2 of them swooped down on opposite light poles at exactly the same time. It was like they were like mirror image crows. It was crazy. It's pretty awesome.
That's a Matrix breakdown.
I think it honestly was. That's what it felt like. Man.
It's because, the AI runs the birds.
The AI might run the birds.
They're not real.
And that's why cats have to eat them.
That's right.
The cats know that the birds aren't real.
That's right. They want to get rid of them all. Dastardly birds.
Another mystery solved on Cruise Mistake. So, you got more auditory stuff? Because I got a question I want to ask Jerry.
No, I got another sense.
Yeah, we'll go through these because I'm a little curious about something.
No, I just I was just kind of going over the tinnitus stuff, but I can move on. We can move on from that. I don't care.
No,
it doesn't matter to me.
Hey, it doesn't matter.
Just some of the crazy things that people have done, which is pretty nuts. But
let's hear some nuts stuff.
Some people listen to certain sounds and others so basically some have tried the lidocaine thing. Others offer patients cognitive therapy. Some people listen to certain sounds. Others apply magnetic pulses to the brain or even implant electrodes in their brainstem. Although many treatments have shown promise, none is consistently effective. Researchers suggest why tinnitus is a lot more complicated than just ringing in the ears. It's ringing across the brain. So it's a brain function. Normally, we hear sounds only when they make our eardrums vibrate. The vibrations cause nerve hairs in the inner ear to shiver, and that triggers electric signals that travel along our auditory nerve into the brain. One of the first stops is a patch of gray matter, so the space in between your head, called the auditory cortex. And then, so each nerve hair is tuned to a particular frequency of sound. Each nerve hair is turned. That's pretty crazy. Excites only a certain neurons in the auditory cortex. As a result, the neurons in the auditory cortex form what is known as a tone map. So neurons at the end of the cortex are tuned to the low, and then the further you go toward the other end, the higher.
That's tone map is Tone Loke's brother.
To be technical about it, our range of hearings from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz.
I don't know. Sounds about right.
That's like our range. And right around the 1,000.
It is a range.
Right around the 1,000, 2,000 is where you have like vocals, and that's where we really tune into the 1,000, 2,000 hertz range.
Yeah,
that's where you hear your voices.
What's 5G yet?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Millihertz?
Terahertz.
Terahertz?
Big
waves? Little waves?
Everyone's going to start having tinnitus.
Maybe.
I fire these things up.
Mine started with 4G, so.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Let's see. So it's I don't know. I'll just move on from there. I guess
we'll wrap it up then. We'll go into this.
I'll move on to another sound thing. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, you guys can't hear this right now. Hold on.
Looking at
Technology says.
Maybe you can teach me how to use a computer, Jerry, to know how the buttons work.
Teach me how to computer.
I need to know how buttons work.
Teach me how to computer.
I need to know how buttons work.
All right. We got some tech news.
I couldn't even hear that.
Yeah, it was all muffled.
It was
Zoom.
That's the Zoom. It went out good to the stream though.
Yeah, and we like muff, so
We do. And mufflers.
Speaking of senses, I was going to talk about a little something with vision and some technology that's helping blind people.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And I think I saw a video.
Jordy LaForge goggles.
Something like that. Something to do with kind of goggles and smartphones and things like that. The company is called Aira, AIRA, and it has made quite a debut on Access Technology seen recently. It has impressed the likes of Sun 2017, Assistive Media Incorporated, and won Best in Show honors at the Mobile World Congress in Barcelona. So what is Aira? Aira calls itself a visual interpreter for the blind, enabling users to explore the world in augmented ways using an electric and robust collection of technologies and services. It combines wearable smart glasses with an embedded video camera paired with a smartphone, a portable Wi-Fi hotspot, and a network.
Damn, a hotspot would have been awesome.
Hotspot. And a network of live certified agents who assist the user remotely in real time. The trained agents see the world through the smart glass worn by the customer and describe the view. They respond to requests for information from the user, working at a specially designed dashboard that efficiently connects to information via the video camera, GPS, and other sources of data. The result is an augmented reality experience in which users can access helpful information in a friendly, efficient manner to improve their mobility and independence. You guys kind of get that?
Mm.
It'd be like if I was blind and then I just wore these this camera and then I tuned in with James, and James just saw what I was seeing and said, "Okay, turn right there. Oh, grab that little push that button there."
So remote hands and eyes is a technical term for it.
Is that what they call it?
Kind of. I mean, it's the same concept.
I have some like prices, so you can kind of put that into context, and just some testimonials. This might be a guy who owns it here. Wait, how can IRA help? Paul Schroeder, an IRA team member, states, "It is more than a navigation tool. It is an information service at its heart. Customers may use IRA to travel independently while learning about their surroundings. The agent can give detailed descriptions of buildings, landscapes, and people in the environment. If a customer wants to know more about the restaurant she is headed to for lunch, the agent can quickly access a Yelp review. IRA agents can read print like menus, business cards, signs, and handwritten notes through the smart glass video camera. They can even take photos for the user and email them." That's
Why
like
Yelp, though?
They might have some contract with Yelp. IRA can help with tasks like shopping, homework, or to learn a new skill like origami. I wonder if they can help help people fall in love. Eric Manser, who is legally blind from retinitis, kind of sounds like tinnitus. Retinitis pigmentosa, recently ran the Boston Marathon assisted by IRA. The possibilities are endless, and customers are discovering innovative ways to apply their IRA service daily. What does IRA cost? You ready for this? Currently, customers pay a monthly subscription for the service plan of their choice, and there is no contract or other fees. All plans include lightweight, stylish smart glasses, data via AT&T MiFi, rollover of unused minutes.
Wait, what the fuck is MiFi?
What is MiFi?
I don't know. Maybe they just put this W upside down.
Itis just means inflammation, by the way.
Itis. I got the itis.
I got itis I got lungitis.
I got blisters on my fingers.
Check us out. Insurance for hardware. So you get insurance built into your subscription, training session, and 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. 7 days a week, access to agents.
How much was it?
And the prices here you go. Each plan comes with bonus minutes for a 3-month trial period. The service can be changed or canceled at any time. The basic plan is $89 for 203-month intro minutes, 100 regular minutes. I don't know.
Why does it have to be by the minute?
Because you're getting help by the minute. Plus, you got to pay for these people, the agents.
Unfortunately, most blind people are poor as fuck because they can't see and work.
These are for the bougie blind.
The bourgeoisie
blind. Plus $129. This is the plus membership subscription fee. $129, 403-month intro minutes, 200 regular minutes. Then there's the Pro, which is $199 a month. That's unlimited 3-month intro minutes. I don't know what this intro minute is. 400 regular minutes.
Imagine the poor slob who's stuck on the other end of that with one of those unlimited ones. Okay, I'm getting in the shower now.
Help me read the sports page.
Touch yourself.
Where's my pussy? I can't clean it.
Where's the booger inside my nose? Which nose has the booger? Premium is $329. That's unlimited 3-month intro minutes and unlimited regular minutes. You want to know about the agents?
What do we know about them?
That just gives you a little spotlight on like the skills that the agents have.
Not really.
Come on, you want to know a little bit about them. Live agents are they're the cornerstone of IRA, and they are internally trained and vetted. Through extensive interactions with the blind community and blindness professionals like orientation and mobility instructors and vision rehabilitation therapists, they learn what customers need and want. Service is personalized as agents learn preferences and create a profile on each user. So you start to get to know your clients. Agents are trained in the terminology and etiquette of blindness to communicate effectively with users. They multitask, read maps, and articulate information clearly. It's a challenging job that requires managing a complex platform and busy screen while the customer asks questions. At the same time, agents are doing internet searches and delivering detailed information. It is important to note that IR agents do not provide opinions. That's important. Nor make decisions on safety issues. They're never to be substituted.
A safety issue.
To be held liable.
No, I mean, I wonder what constitutes a safety issue.
Should I start this fire?
Can I use this shampoo?
Yeah.
Like a whole legal.
Yeah.
It'd be like, can I drink my tea now? Is it too hot to drink? And they might say, "Oh, I wouldn't drink that tea. Too hot." They're never to be substituted for a customer's own travel skills and judgment. In fact, Mr. Schroeder remarked, "The better travel skills you have, the better you will be able to use IRA." Travel skills,
which traveling like walking.
Oh, okay.
Which means basically their service is shit. So the better you could take care of yourself, the better this will be.
What do you want to hear? Some testimonials?
No.
Come on.
Here's some testimonials.
What's that you say? You want to hear testimonial?
First users of IRA say it redefines freedom and it gives them information about things they never knew existed. That's awesome. Eric Duffy wrote in April 2017 issue of Braille Monitor.
It does sound really cool.
Oh, yeah.
A Braille monitor. Yeah.
Job. I worked at a call center and for hard of hearing people, and I listened to half of conversations and interpreted conversations for people. So this is kind of like
problem?
Talking to their grandmas and grandpas, and pretty interesting job.
Did you ever have anyone want to not be able to get the cup holder out of their computer? That issue?
No.
The cup holder.
Yeah, how to make it automatically come out. Yeah.
Is that CD-ROM?
Yeah. I actually had one of those calls once.
Cup holder. I get the cup holder out.
And that's my segment. I'll be back.
It was my mother.
A good segment. Oh, so on that, Jerry, I noticed you were talking in the Mente channel about listening to a bunch of Alan Greenfield podcasts, and I'm curious. I other than hearing about him during the Hell Year thing and Secret Cipher of the Euphonauts, what's this guy all about? Like, what's his deal? You should have a good gist by him.
He's a lot like us in thinking that UFOs and stuff are less nuts and bolts than.
So he's more on the consciousness side, or like everything's kind of intertwined and.
He thinks everything's connected. Bigfoot, cryptids, UFO, paranormal, everything. And he's also an occultist. He was in the OTO, so he's got a good foundation there of psychology and whatnot. And he's funny. He's like a goof, which I like a lot.
Oh, we need to get him on the show.
I'm going to get him on the show.
That'd be awesome. That's awesome.
That's my goal for the rest of the year.
What show would you recommend of his listening to? What was one that really stood out?
Oh, I don't remember.
Because I want to.
I'll have to find. I don't remember what show it was. I listened to like 6 of them. I just queued them up.
Right.
I will find one and put it in the channel.
So he makes the rounds. He goes because I don't think I've ever seen him on anything.
Yeah, he does apparently. I heard him. I remember one thing I heard him on was a Paracast from August of last year.
Oh, Steinberg, Scheme Gene.
Never heard that show before. Don't really care for it, but
yeah, too many ads.
Too many ads, exactly. Like every 6 minutes.
Yeah, every 6 minutes. And dude, I don't know if anybody's followed this on Twitter, but or it's all over. But there's this whole thing that Gene Steinberg, the host. They call it Scheme Gene, and he sends these people these like begging emails every day about how he's having all these financial woes, like on a daily basis. It's always something different, and he's been doing it for like 10 years. Like it's crazy.
You gotta love the e-begging.
Yeah, dude, and yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, that goes on a lot. Alan Greenfield sounds interesting.
What was interesting about that conversation, though, is that Greenfield and Steinberg, and then there was another guy there.
Was it Chris?
Randall.
I know it was a Randall guy. Wasn't
I
Chris
can look
O'Brien?
No.
I want to say that he was on there, maybe.
I find it. July 15th.
Hey, that's my birthday.
J. Randall Murphy. That's who it was. So Gene and guest co-host J. Randall Murphy present the one and only Alan Greenfield. Alan is a published author on Masonic rites, UFOs, esoteric spirituality, and psychic phenomena. So, blah, 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 blah. Oh, they did talk a lot about alternate dimensions, parallel dimensions, things like that, many worlds. He's into quantum theory, and brain theory and all that. So he's a pretty interesting dude.
That's the stuff that's been getting me hard lately. I like that.
Yeah, but it's all bullshit.
Who cares? It's fun. It tickles the brain and it's interesting. It's like, dude, it's like you don't read a science fiction novel because you think it's real. It's because it's awesome. Like that's what this stuff is. It's like people cosplaying science fiction novels in real life, and I'll just absorb it and I'll love it.
Textbooks are cosplay.
Yeah, man. It's like I love it. And if it turns out to be real, that's just icing on the cake. Just give me the weird.
Yeah, we'll probably never find out.
No, there's no way. There's no way we'll ever find out. And
you guys talking about
quantum entanglement, quantum everything. It's all quantum.
Quantum.
Man. Pretty excited for our show about cycles next week, though. Been watching Randall Carlson's Cosmic Patterns and Cycles of Catastrophe. It's a pretty good 4-hour documentary. Wow. Not doc, but it's more like a lecture he does. I got the Blu-ray like 2 years ago.
Taking notes?
No. I probably should, though. Because I know that it's one of those things where I could watch it like a million times, but then when I actually have to regurgitate information that I learned, there's no way that's happening. This is going to be a stammering of ums and terrible radio.
Here's what you do: is you write the stuff down on a note card, and then
on my arm.
The note card. No, on a note card.
Okay.
And then you spray the cologne on the note card, and then you associate the smell of the cologne with the information on the note card.
Oh, that's a good idea. So all I have to do is smell.
Yeah,
dude, that happens.
You spray before the show. You spray the cologne. Your Ralph Lauren.
Yeah. Ralph Lauren, some Dolce & Gabbana, just get real fancy.
Calvin Klein.
Calvin Klein. My Tommy Hilfiger.
Give it a little squirt.
That's weird though. Back to the senses stuff, like how you could smell something and it just reminds you of certain things. Like there's like certain perfumes and stuff that like my very first girlfriend wore. And like if I smell it now, it just takes me back, and like I remember it flashback of oh shit, like that's just crazy.
It's like overwhelming.
Yeah, well, it just reminds you.
Have you ever gotten a flashback, a nose flashback from something you used to masturbate with as a child?
No.
Yeah, I have.
That sounds very specific, and I like it.
Well, whatever. I don't want to get into it, but Strawberry Field shampoo from I think it was Herbal Essences. When I smell that now, it like brings me right back to the bathroom, which is pretty crazy.
I was reading a book on how to keep your mind fresh, and it mentioned using the sense of smell as a way to, because you don't think about your sense of smell that much as your vision and hearing. So you could wake up in the morning and your normal routine. You go through your routine. You put coffee on. You smell the coffee. You smell the eggs. But it says just take a whiff of some just different scents in the morning, and that just gets your brain moving because you're not used to it, and it's like a variety. So you can smell like vanilla or peppermint or something different than your normal fare. And that gets your brain, that gets your mojo working.
Yeah, it fires those synapses. Is that what they're called? Synapses?
Synapses.
Synapses? Oh, guys. So last night, after over, like a 14-month campaign, Grimstake died in Dungeons and Dragons. He got killed in his vampire form, trying to protect the party. Went down with a great sword in his hands. So R.I.P.
Natty 20.
Yeah, dude, my last attack was a crit. And it's like, it was one of those where Brody was gonna pull me out. He's like, I could save you. I'm like, no. I'm like, cause I could handle it. I might be able to take it. And Nomad, he rolled high. He rolled high on that attack. I got -5 hit points. And then since we're vampires, I fucking transformed into a cloud of dust. And something happened where we ended up getting sent over to this alternate plane of existence. So things don't work the same. And I ended up dying. And everything was just terrible. But I get to roll a new character now, so that's kind of cool. But it's still sad. Spent a lot of time on that guy.
I don't know about that whole vampire thing, but
yeah, I mean, I don't know a lot of whole, but I mean, I know it's a thing. Oh, I need to be quicker on this. Sound.
I don't know a lot about that whole vampire stuff. Like, I mean, I know it's a thing. Yeah, but like, it's the ether. 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 It's the ether.
Wow.
Are they gonna build you a monument, like to your death?
I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? But I got to figure out what I'm gonna make. I'm thinking about making a frenzied berserker. I'm not sure yet though.
Woo.
Or maybe like I don't know, but I could go with like a ranged class. Like I'm thinking about maybe doing a ranger also. What was that?
Can you be an inanimate object? Can you be like a bamboo shoot or something?
I mean, probably Nomad.
Could you be someone's sword? You could be like an anthropomorphized sword.
They come back as a great axe.
Or maybe I wonder if I could make like do like a barbarian, but then multi-class into like a ranger class. So I could be like a ranged barbarian, just shooting arrows that would like in my furied state. Bing, bing. I'm gonna have to talk to Graham about that. Graham's probably already rolled a character similar to that.
Could you be Turbo Man from Jingle All the Way, Schwarzenegger?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Turbo Man.
You know what's insane is that people to this day and age with the internet and everything, they still like do Black Friday shopping and fight at stores and amass in huge crowds. I don't get that.
People are stupid.
Oh, that's what it is, Jerry. You solved it. People are stupid. Now I'm on my soundboard and I got a good buzz going.
Oh yeah, dropping fucking loads all over your fucking faces.
What?
Yeah.
Why do you guys allow this? Oh shit. Felix,
boom goes the dynamite.
Boom goes the dynamite. Did you have a jam plan, Felix, or did you want to no jam tonight?
Oh yeah, I got a jam.
We want to take a 5. We could gather our thoughts and listen to some sweet serenading tunes.
Let me test out the acoustics. You guys give me a thumbs up for some acoustics.
I'll thumbs you up.
Oh yeah. Sound good together?
Mm-hmm. For now it does.
Yeah.
After a little bit Zoom's gonna say, fuck you, I'm just gonna muffle all this.
You dirty whores.
Exactly. It's gonna call us dirty whores too.
This one is, since it's so cold outside, this is a kind of a tropical song.
It's 83 here.
Oh, living that Florida life, that swamp ass life.
It's not. It's like 60 something.
Just balls stuck to everything.
That is true.
And then after the song, I got I looked up the etymology, some articles on some etymology of some American idioms. So just like little phrases we use every day, and look into the etymology of those words if you want to hear some of that.
Sweet. 69, dude.
69 degrees in Florida. Are you Florida Keys?
No, I'm in Gainesville, North Central.
There was a punk ska band called Less Than Jake. They were from Gainesville back in the 90s.
That was a good band.
Yeah, dude. They you know that movie Good Burger? They totally did the outro song to that.
Oh wow! Okay.
The Specials are still my favorite ska band.
The Specials? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
man. That's this going old.
Ooh, it's looking like a ghost town. I love that song. I'm sorry.
Don't ever apologize for loving a song. I love a lot.
Fuck you. I love that song.
There you go. That's what I want.
Right.
All right, let's do this. Mutant down.
All right, you guys mute down?
Mute down.
You'll know when you hear it, and I thought we could talk about the song a little afterwards. I didn't research much about the song, but we can talk about it a little afterwards.
No, it's okay.
Okay. Maybe it'll bring up some memories. Maybe this will be a little nostalgia for your
Jerry. Bring up some gas.
All right, here we go. Thanks for that. Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go Jamaica off the Florida Keys? There's a place called Kokomo. That's where you wanna go to get away from it all. Bodies in the sand, tropical drink melting in your hand. We'll be falling in love to the rhythm of a steel drum band. Down Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo, Martinique, that Montserrat Mystique. We'll put out to sea and we'll perfect our chemistry. By and by we'll defy a little bit of gravity. Afternoon delight, cocktails and moonlit nights. That dreamy look in your eye gives me a tropical contact high. Way down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo, Port-au-Prince, I wanna catch a glimpse. Everybody knows a little place like Kokomo. Now if you wanna go to get away from it all, go down to Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica, ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama, come on pretty mama, Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. way down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo, Aruba, Jamaica. Ooh, I wanna take you to Bermuda, Bahama. Come on, pretty mama. Key Largo, Montego, baby, why don't we go down to Kokomo? We'll get there fast and then we'll take it slow. That's where we wanna go. Way down in Kokomo.
And boom goes the dynamite.
I never understood why people thought the Kokomo, Indiana was better than those other places.
I love it.
And that's what they were singing about the entire time, right? Kokomo, Indiana Beach.
The only Kokomo I know.
It's a good jam, Felix. Thanks, buddy.
That was like top 3 for me.
It was awesome.
Top 3 songs of your life
that you played, yes.
I even messed up too.
It's my top 3 favorites. How's that? Better put.
There we go.
Yeah, that was bitching.
I seem to have a memory of being in the bars with my parents when I was really young, getting kitty cocktails. And that song being on the jukebox.
My father-in-law, he's a guitar player, and he records and tapes himself singing Beach Boys songs. To this day,
awesome.
still.
To this day, still.
Oh, for the last 40 years. Yeah.
Oh,
man. Tell him to tune in.
Dude, he's got to have so much, such a huge catalog built up.
Just that, and like, he had the old, he had some recording equipment and stuff. The newer stuff's way too messed up for him to even wrap his brain around, so he still buys these older machines to record with. It's pretty cool. He's a really good guitar player. Yeah.
I put a song in the Cruising with Steak Discord that you can learn and play. It's a good one. It's right up your alley.
He loves YouTube though, because it shows him parts like
how to play
really hard to learn.
The fingering.
Yep. Yeah, it's because certain things like for years he couldn't figure out, and all of a sudden he's like, "Oh shit! All right, yeah."
It's one of the best resources to figure out how to play. You know, when you hear a song on the radio and you're like, "Oh, I wonder how."
I want to play that.
If you're a guitar player, you wonder, I wonder how to play that, and you could find anyone on YouTube that shows you how. The funniest part is that they're super easy when you watch them play, and what it really is technique that makes it unique. No rhyme intended. It's the technique of the artist playing that particular set of, banal notes is what makes it interesting, not necessarily the notes. It's not true in all cases, but in a lot.
Mm-hmm. This says here that song's from the movie
A Mighty Wind.
No, Tom Cruise's movie The Cocktail.
Oh, I remember that movie.
Is that the one where he's flipping all the bottles around?
Yeah.
It's just called Cocktail. It's not The Cocktail.
Yeah, Cocktail. And then the Beach Boys, they'd been doing just playing in fairs and nostalgia shows. Yep. And
because nobody else will hire their sorry asses.
Yeah, they were just, well, I'm saying just, but
dude, you remember when they used to be recurring characters on Full House? They'd pull out, they'd always appear, and Jesse would play with them. He like
House
Boys. Yeah. Hey, come on,
Jesse. Hey. That Stamos guy is like in the. I'm pretty sure he's in the video. Or John Stamos.
His wife's gorgeous.
Who? Rebecca Donaldson in the show?
Yeah,
you're talking?
His ex-wife's gorgeous. Yeah. Oh, that's right. She married O'Donnell. Isn't she married Jerry O'Donnell?
I have no idea. I just know his TV life. I don't know much about it.
She married Jerry O'Donnell in real life. Who's the guy from Sliders?
Oh, Jerry O'Connell.
O'Connell. Yeah. O'Connell. Yeah, I think I'll look that up. I think she did though.
Sounds about right.
Stamos is, I think he's playing steel drums in their music video.
I think he is. I hope so. Jesse and the Rippers, man.
Jesse and the Rippers, dude. Yeah.
The line, the Aruba, Jamaica line comes from in the movie. It looks like Tom Cruise in Cocktail goes from a bartender in New York to Jamaica. So that's where they came up with the line Aruba, Jamaica.
So the song was written for the movie. That's, oh, jeez.
This is one of their like way later songs. So
she is married to O'Connell since 2007 for 12 years.
Huh.
They got 2 kids. They both have flowers in their names.
Oh man, this just in from the chats. K-Dog says that Beach Boys were on Home Improvement too, so they were making the 90s sitcom rounds.
What the fuck?
Exactly.
Damn. Oh man. They were just my in-laws were talking about going to see them probably for the 800th time, but it was they were just a couple months ago, I think it was, in Niagara Falls. They were playing there. I think it was like $90. Some crazy ridiculous price like that.
It says here, Kokomo is a city in the middle of Indiana, and it's also a small resort owned by Sandals Royal Caribbean in Montego Bay.
I like how they call out the Indiana town first. Weird. With like population of 10,000 people.
And that place is supposed to represent all the tropical places and images that people think of when wishing to get away to some paradise island to escape the dreary.
Every Corona commercial's done in Kokomo. Makes sense.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say he also mentioned Stamos toured with the Beach Boys, which is true because he had a band called Jesse and the Rippers, and they actually toured with them.
Wait, that wasn't just for the show? That was real thing?
It was a real band, dude. Yeah, Jesse and the Rippers.
That's kind of like how Metalocalypse, they had Deathclock. That metal band. This is Adult Swim.
Oh yes, yeah, Adult Swim. Yeah.
Do you remember that show on Adult Swim, Super Jail?
Oh, dude, Super Jail was great.
I don't remember that.
It was a crazy show. Crazy.
Adult Swim is like that majorly has influenced the person I am today.
Do you remember so in this show, Super Jail, there was this demon, for lack of a better term, running a jail in a astral world.
Maybe. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It was.
What it seemed like. And the head guard was
the huge woman, like a man woman, like it's just hilarious. Yeah,
named Alice with like huge boobs and a noticeable dent in her skirt. You know,
yes.
well formed.
Yes.
And it confused the manager dude. I forget his name. There was some human who ran the joint underneath the crazy demon dude, and he always got fucked up. But yeah, he was like totally appalled by and attracted to Alice at the same time.
Yeah, dude, Super Jail's great. It's just there's so many fucked up shows came out of Adult Swim. It's just brilliant. Love everything about it.
So what sorcery is that?
Yes.
If you look at, if you want to think of the mainstream programming as being literally programming or shaping the future by entrainment, what type of entrainment is coming from the likes of, what was that fucking dog show? The crazy dog one. Or Super Jail. They had a show. They just had a show. Mr. Pickles.
Oh, Mr. Pickles. Yeah, where he's like the devil. Yeah.
What is Mr. Pickles?
Yeah. Well, see, I think what it is a lot of these people making this show, because like I think they've just been conditioned in this subversive culture where they don't see symbolism behind the things that they're doing. It's more just like, oh, this guy's talking to the devil. It's cool. Like, it's more like they don't see the layers beyond what they're doing just because it's out there and they've picked up on it. Because that's how a lot of this stuff is. Like, these guys are just like, they're all just like snowflake nerds that make these shows. Like, I listen to an Adult Swim podcast and it's none of them are like occultists or anything.
So that brings up an interesting point. So what you're basically saying is that these people don't believe that shit is real.
Exactly. And
they poke fun at it or use it in their art.
Exactly.
We don't know if it's real or not. We tend to believe that it is. So maybe it's only real for us.
It could be. But them putting something out that is making it real for everyone. Like whether or not that you believe it.
Maybe it's not, because there's shit that's real for us that's not real for everyone else, and you know that.
Yeah.
And there's no convincing them. So I don't know. It's interesting.
I don't know. Did anybody troll your dad on Facebook?
I didn't. I didn't feel like it. He's mean. I don't know. It's like we're all waiting for like a giant fucking event to happen, like wake everybody up or something. Like,
yeah. I was thinking that too last week when the Virginia senator and the congressman were all dressing in blackface back in the 80s, and I'm like, dude, they are just wanting to blow some school up or something by now, dude. Over the weekend, get that story out of the press. You pulled your thing, Jerry, your cord. Yeah, I heard it pop. No, I can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
He ripped it out.
I didn't tell.
Oh no! It's cutting in and out.
Call the front desk for some headphones.
Check the connection on your computer, maybe.
Jerry, what's your room number?
777.
Ooh, there we go.
Triple Crow 77.
I always ask for that room, so you can hear me. What the fuck?
Yeah, you're good now.
Now we can.
Talking about it. It was interesting. It was important.
It was.
Well, I was talking about the blackface thing.
Oh, about the blackface.
Oh, right, Trump.
Yeah.
Apparently, in his speech, I'm pretty sure I heard this, was saying, "Too bad he didn't moonwalk or try and moonwalk or something."
Oh my god! Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the dude, he was making his apology and like he was gonna moonwalk, and then like his wife was like gave him like a look or something like, "No, don't do that shit." It's like he didn't moonwalk.
That's not fucking normal shit going on. Okay?
Nope.
Yeah. There's weird stuff going on.
There's fuckery afoot.
Yeah, I blame it on like, my generation is slowly starting to take over the world, and we're all just completely fucked up.
We're so screwed.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, 100%.
Hey. No, I'm not.
No, yeah, there's still some good ones like Felix.
I was shoveling driveways.
And then you have like James' generation that spent their childhood getting yelled at by Vietnam vets. So it's just like,
oh my god, yeah.
AOC brought out that new Green Deal this week, right?
Oh yeah, I guess is it Mitch McConnell putting it to vote at the Senate?
Yes, we'll just nip that in the bud.
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna get struck down like immediately.
Totally.
This is the best. I gotta look. Oh my god,
I can't wait. I mean, because it's gonna be funny. But here's the bad part about it is it's going to be used against the Republicans. That they're anti whatever that bill is for.
Yeah, because nobody's ever actually explained it. It's just a Green New Deal. It's something great.
It's
but
not.
Honestly,
that's something.
But you know what? You know what? This is the step forward in doing something. I think that they want to do. Like they're just going to propose something insane first, and then they're going to walk it back, and they're going to continually propose.
There's more coming. There's more coming.
Oh yeah, totally.
I keep hearing about a reparations bill for slavery type of thing.
Oh my god.
Yeah, whatever.
They're going to put up crazy ass legislation, in knowing full well it won't get to the Senate even, or if it does, it'll get voted down, and then they'll use it as a vehicle to shame the GOP.
Mm-hmm.
It's a political tactic. They have no intention of passing.
Well, yeah, dude, they're loading their guns right now because the election coming up. They have to do as much as they can to throw at Trump.
Get ready because it's going to get nasty.
We should just all turn off our TVs.
No, I don't watch TV.
I mean, yeah, no, dude, I get none of my news from. I mean, we could all tune out of social media and shut off our TVs and stuff. And
yeah, I read
honestly, that would
Google
make the world a much better place because I don't hear any of this stuff in my regular day to day. But who knows?
Anyway, good times ahead.
Yeah, there could be. Who knows? We're making our pivot. We're making our pivot from the Middle East to South America. So, we're coming back to this side of the world at least.
Well, that's why we call troops.
Yeah. Oh yeah, man. We got to get them back to send them. We need to kill brown people on this side of the earth instead of that side.
We're going to take over South America.
Yeah. They have the oil, but the Green New Deal.
They don't speak English.
Yeah.
And if we take over South America, our illegal immigrant problem is fixed.
There it is. Killed 2 birds, 1 stone. It's kind of sickening. Well, whatever.
Keep Lockheed Martin in business. So, it's all that matters.
I mean, who am I to talk? I'm able to sit here every Tuesday night and talk through a fucking miracle box across the internet. I guess I'm pretty privileged.
We're enlightening people.
Yeah.
What did I can't remember anything lately.
She just wanted some of her ideas were to have a net zero greenhouse gas emissions in 10 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
It's impossible.
No, like motorized vehicles. So
she wanted to get rid of airplanes.
Airplanes. How are you going to get over to like England and shit?
By train.
Right? Well, I was listening to No Agenda, and it sounds like a lot of these climate scientists are starting to walk it back. Like this one, she was the lead climate scientist, and she basically said she doubts that there's no, we're not going to die in 12 years, but the whole thing is it's affecting our happiness. That's what this is, and there needs to be a price on
hysteria that's been made of their bogus science. What's affecting our happiness.
Yeah. Well, the whole thing is they should never have Al Gore ruined everything when he turned it into a political thing.
Can you imagine if he won?
Oh my God!
Bush might have done us a favor by stealing it.
Yeah, I mean that's.
What's funny though? I was thinking about the whole anti-plane thing because the so if she wanted to have this high speed rail system, this stuff.
Is that a legit one? Because there's a lot of fake stuff that was going around the internet about it.
Oh yeah. Well, no, this was I won't say legit as in national news legit, and but how would you think that the production of this thing would be made through
teleporter technology? It's going to cost just as much.
It's you're gonna not make train track steel out of steel.
Well, dude, we'll just talk to Jose Canseco. Jose Canseco probably has the answers for teleportation.
Yeah, he does, right? Yeah.
Jose Canseco.
Yeah. Dude, on Twitter,
he's talking about what Ozzy Smith or
no, Jose Canseco's on Twitter every day talking about hey, if you want to set up a meeting to talk to aliens and Bigfoot and shit, contact my agent. He's.
I think his account got hacked, but maybe
it's possible, or maybe not, or maybe he just lost it.
Wasn't it with Ozzy Smith and the Simpsons that? Wasn't there a Simpsons episode where he kept falling through portals or something or other?
Maybe. I remember the old baseball episode. I watched Simpsons up until about 2000 or maybe 99, and then I stopped watching it.
Yeah, same here.
I don't know what happened.
It got lame.
Yeah, that is kind of what happened.
And Futurama started.
Yeah, Futurama's great. So
we were aware that more intelligent cartoons could exist.
Mm-hmm.
Because the top of the list there was Simpsons for a long time.
It says here, Ozzy Smith was shortstop for the San Diego Padres, 78-81, and the St. Louis Cardinals.
The Cincinnati Reds.
He appeared as he appeared as himself in Homer at the bat when he temporarily played for the Springfield Nuclear Power Plant softball team. He was depicted as a tourist and doesn't get to play in the big championship game due to an unfortunate incident. Seeking to learn as much about Springfield's tourist attractions, he arrives at a place called the Springfield Mystery Spot. He pays his admission, asking the attendant how much time it'll take to see it. The attendant jovially says that once Smith enters, he may never come out. Smith enters and immediately falls into a seemingly bottomless pit. He's shown a few minutes later, still falling and snapping a photo of Einstein's relativity equation that floats by.
I do remember that.
He falls into a portal.
Oh, man. Mr. Burns kept trying to tell who was that to shave his sideburns. I forget who that was.
Comic book guy?
My favorite Simpsons episode is the one with the Schwarzenegger clone saving radioactive boy.
Oh, radioactive man? Yeah. Yes.
They go, we're going to release the nuclear toxic waste and put these goggles on. They'll save you. And he's just a dude, right? He's not the super thing. And they release actual toxic waste. Oh, yeah. And also, be sure to do it right. We only got one shot at this.
Yeah, that's an old one. Yeah.
And then he saves Milhouse, and he's got the goggles on. The wave of green radioactive liquid splashes over him, and he goes, "The goggles do nothing."
Yes. Classic Simpsons.
That has left such an indelible mark in my brain that I've actually left comments that say,
"The goggles,
like the goggles, this code does nothing." Things like that.
Yeah. Oh man.
I could show it to you on GitHub where I've done it. I do it all the time. It's just in vernacular now.
That was Don Mattingly's sideburns. Thank you, K-Dog. Don Mattingly. You just shave your sideburns, and he shaves like the whole side of his head up. He's like, no, you need to get rid of those sideburns.
You know where the name sideburns came from?
No, but I have sideburns. Let's hear it.
It was a general, I believe, in the Civil War named Burnsides. And he had button chops.
Okay.
It was a semi-unique thing, or they used it to make fun of him, and they flipped his name around as Sideburns.
I like that.
Hey, this is the perfect time for my etymology.
Etymology? Let's hear it.
Maybe do it.
A couple of them. I didn't read through these that much, but you've probably heard a lot of these, and they're little short write-ups about the etymology of certain American English idioms. So, straight from the horse's mouth, which means to get information directly from the most reliable source. You know that, right?
Yep.
The origin. This one is said to come from the 1900s when buyers could determine a horse's age by examining its teeth. It's also why you shouldn't look a gift horse in the mouth.
It's what is it? Look a gift horse or a gift horse?
Gift.
A gift horse?
Yeah.
Or like a GIF?
Gift. As inspecting a gift is considered bad etiquette. Let the cat out of the bag.
I see.
Let the cat out of the bag. You guys all know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
The origin. Up to and including in the 1700s, a common street fraud included replacing valuable pigs with less valuable cats and selling them in bags. When a cat was let out of a bag, the jig was up.
Here, I got a bag. I got a pig in this bag that I'll sell you. It's just meowing. Your bag seems to be meowing, sir.
Get your pig bags. Pig bags.
Obviously less valuable.
What is it? I don't know if I believe that one.
Pig bags for sale.
Yeah, pig bags for sale. It's like, how are people getting swindled that easy?
The burlap sack. Butter someone up. You all know what butter someone up means. I don't need to explain it. The origin, a customary religious act in ancient India included throwing butter balls at the statues of gods to seek good fortune and their favor.
Bingo!
Pulling someone's leg. You all know what it means. I don't need to explain it because you probably said
like yanking chains. Yanking your chain, pulling your leg. Yeah.
Although pulling someone's leg is all in good fun nowadays, it originally described the way in which thieves trip their victims to rob them.
So you just pull on their leg to trip them, and then you steal stuff?
Yeah. So robbers used to do. Wolf in sheep's clothing has that biblical origin to it.
Yeah.
So I don't really need to read that, but the origin, this one's attributed to the Bible, Matthew 7:15. The Bible also gave us rise and shine, seeing
rise and shine,
seeing eye to eye, and a broken heart.
The Bible seems like a pretty good book.
Yeah, check it out at your local library. Hands down. We all use the word hands down, which means without a lot of effort, by far. The origin here says winning hands down once referred to 19th century horse racing when a jockey could remove his hands from the reins and still win the race because he was so far ahead.
Okay.
Woo!
James found a new soundboard.
Yeah.
He's testing them out slowly.
Oh! Oh!
Flying off the handle. That's probably pretty self-explanatory.
Don't!
When someone gets real pissed off. This one is said to come from poorly made axes of the 1800s that would literally detach from the handle.
Oh, have you ever had that happen?
They have an axe head.
Yeah, an axe head fly off the handle.
That's happened to you?
Yeah, it's happened to me. My dad had this old axe, and I was chopping a tree, and I swung it, and the fucking head just flew right off.
Don't!
Yeah.
And then you broke your neighbor's window?
No, there's no neighbors around that could have broken windows. Live in the forest in the middle of nowhere.
Cost an arm and a leg. Extremely expensive. Origin. The story goes that this phrase originated from 18th century paintings, as famous people like George Washington would have their portraits done without certain limbs showing. Having limbs showing is said to have cost more. Huh.
Really?
Crazy.
That is interesting.
That's craziness.
Huh. Jeez.
Oh, sleep tight. Used to tell someone to sleep well. Origin. One possible origin of this phrase dates back to when mattresses were supported by ropes. Sleeping tight meant sleeping with the ropes pulled tight, which would provide a well-sprung bed. Did you know that?
Didn't know that. Now I do.
Bite the bullet. Bite the bullet.
Bite the bullet.
You take a guess as to what that is?
That's like, just do it. Just bite the bullet, do it, get it done.
It was something they would do for like surgery, bite on a bullet.
Yeah, there you go.
To avert pain.
Yeah, 1800s patients would literally bite on a bullet to cope with the pain of having surgery before anesthesia was common.
Wow.
Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. You hear that all the time.
I bet some dumb fuck did that once.
Yeah. This idiom allegedly comes from a time when the household bathed in the same water. First, the Lord would bathe, then the men, the lady, the women, the children, and the babies last. The bathwater is said to have been so dirty that there was a risk of throwing the baby out with the bathwater once everyone was...
All right.
Well, dude, that's crazy, man. Well, but you have to think like how strong the surviving baby's immunity systems would be.
Dirty water.
Yeah. Just this dirty, cold bath.
We all know what jump the shark means. I don't know if I need to.
Oh, yeah, Fonzie.
The Fonz.
Hey.
Minding your P's and Q's. Origins. There are many origin stories for this one, but perhaps the one that is most fun is that bartenders would keep track of the pints and quarts consumed by their patrons. Ooh. The letters P and Q.
Interesting.
I never heard that.
Didn't know that.
Turn a blind eye. That's probably like biblical, I'm guessing. Origin, the phrase to turn a blind eye is said to originate with Admiral Horatio Nelson, who allegedly looked through his telescope using his blind eye to avoid signals from his superior telling him to withdraw from battle. So does that make sense?
I could see that.
So he's like, was looking through a telescope and looking towards his superior, and his superior was maybe waving him to quit fighting, and he purposely put his blind eye into the telescope so he didn't see to quit fighting. Right. Arm to the teeth. The idea behind this is the origin. The idea behind being armed to the teeth is that the weapon wielder would carry the maximum number of weapons, so many that he or she would be forced to carry some between his or her teeth.
Man, it's like on One Piece. Roronoa Zoro, he uses 3-sword style, so he puts a sword in his mouth as he's fighting. Let's just throw that little One Piece fun fact in there.
Get one's goat. Do you know what that means?
Nope.
Come on.
Oh wait, like to irritate. Oh no, I thought you meant the origins. No, like to irritate somebody, push somebody's buttons.
Yeah. I guess I've never actually heard that. If I were to hear it, I would kind of know what it meant.
Yeah.
But no one really uses that.
Nah, not these days.
Oh, sure.
Was that Homer Simpson?
Yeah, James is on a Simpsons soundboard.
This again, we're going back to jockeys. This one also comes from horse racing. Jockeys placed goats in the stables with their horses, as this was said to relax the horses. However, competitors would remove the goats of their rivals to spook their competitors' horses, hoping they would consequently lose the race.
Man, goat thievery.
Jeez.
I don't have $1,000.
They probably threw it in a bag with a bag of pigs.
With a secret cat in there. Bastards.
You call this episode Bag of Pigs.
Bag of pigs.
Pull out all the stops. That means you do everything you can to become successful. Origin, alluding to the piano-like instrument, the organ. This phrase refers to when the stops are pulled out to turn on all the sounds in an organ, allowing the organ to play all the sounds at once. Therefore, be as loud as possible. I never knew that. That's pretty sweet.
All the
stops. When I lived in Milwaukee, like 2 or 3 blocks down the road, there was a place that made piano organ pipes or they did repair, I think, or tuned them or something. It's pretty sweet. I remember kind of just like looking into the window and seeing them working on pipes, organ pipes.
Wonder if that place is still around.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Maybe. Yeah, it's kind of a niche market.
Yeah, you
kind of need that.
Pipes. Dish fit for the gods. A very scrumptious or delectable meal. We can thank Shakespeare for this expression found in Julius Caesar, but we can also thank him for foaming at the mouth in Julius Caesar, hot-blooded, the Merry Wives of Windsor, in stitches, 12th Night, green-eyed monster in Othello, wearing your heart on your sleeve, that was also in Othello, and one fell swoop, that was in Macbeth. I got a couple more if you want to keep rolling with these.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
These ones are a little more detailed. What do you think? Save it for next week?
I don't know. My monitor just died right now, so I'm just staring at a completely black screen. I'm hoping it comes back.
These are a little more in depth and a little different. Loophole. You guys know what a loophole is? As an idiom, a loophole is defined as a way of getting out of something or escaping a difficulty, especially finding a legal technicality that allows someone to evade compliance. Where does this term originate from? A loophole in the Middle Ages was a small slit-like opening in a castle wall that men would fire their bows or musketeers through. The only openings in a seemingly impenetrable wall were these slits which a child or small adult could squeeze through. Thus, a loophole is a small opening or out in a seemingly
I love tight slits.
You talk about the double slit experiment?
Yeah, the double slit
experiment. Any kind of tight slit will work for me.
There you go.
That's where all photons are both waves and
that's bullshit.
Particles simultaneously.
I don't believe that.
Come on.
How can something be two things at once?
That's just the nature.
How can a wave be a particle? Baby? No, I don't think. Dude, I don't think they understand what light is.
It's Laurel and Yanny. How could two things be something at once? The red gold dress or fucking blue dress?
Gold dress, blue dress.
It's two things at once. Science.
I don't think so. I think there's something else going on. But I digress.
Who was it on the recent THC? They had some guy on there. He was he runs like a Reddit.
Smokey?
No, he runs a Reddit for what's that guy's name that does all the I can't even think.
Oh, is it the flat Earth?
Will be filled up with water.
Wait, no, it wasn't the flat Earth, was it? No, it was.
Might have been talking about.
Nassim Harriman's work. He does.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he runs a Reddit yeah.
But he got to talking about the nature of reality and how, space isn't actually space and how it's kind of like how your your bathtub when you let the water out, and there's that vortex. The actual vortex isn't there, doesn't exist. It's just like the medium with which the water kind of forms or whatever. So he was talking about the ether a lot. That was like the big.
Oh, that was Aaron Murakami.
Aaron Murakami. It's pretty good.
It was the one about ether physics, and
yeah,
I think you're confusing two different. I'm looking.
It's the ether.
I want to listen to
Harriman is all about.
Oh, was it that Joe D8THC guy?
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that guy.
He just runs like a Reddit forum that just talks about
hollow fractal.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked it. I'd like to go back and listen to it. And
I did enjoy that episode.
The shitty sponge that is my.
Yes, just soaking in. Soaking it in.
Just soaking.
Soaking up the knowledge.
So what we're saying is that THC.
Oh, Jerry, you just muted yourself.
That I was just saying that what we basically just said is that episode is very sponge worthy.
Just soaking the knowledge in of the shitty sponge in my head, and it's the ether.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And all of those things apply to that episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's pretty coincidental.
Right.
Red tape. This is a very common idiom. We use the term red tape to denote anything that may delay or hold us up, whatever the process may be. It also refers to a lot of unnecessary bureaucracy or paperwork. This term originated from the fact that legal and official documents were tied up or bound with red tape since the 16th century. By doing so, it was often difficult to access them, hence the term red tape.
So no hard feelings?
Come on, Haley boy.
This might be interesting. I haven't read this one.
That sounds fine.
This one might be interesting. I didn't read it, but break a leg. You've all heard it before. How many times have we heard someone? Hey, come on. Someone shout "break a leg" to someone going on stage. This is a phrase that seems to be counterintuitive. Certainly, you don't want someone to actually break their legs on stage. Where did such a saying come into existence? The phrase was first recorded in print in the early 1900s. Eric Partridge, in his dictionary of catchphrases, suggested that the term originated as a translation of a similar expression used by German actors. Hals und Beinbruch, literally, a broken neck and a broken leg. The German phrase traces back to early aviators, possibly during World War I, spreading gradually to the German stage and then to British and American theaters. Why would people twist a wish for dreadful injury into one for good luck? It is suggested that it is a reverse psychology of sorts. Popular folklore down through the ages has been full of warnings against wishing your friends good luck. To do so was thought superstitiously to tempt evil spirits or demons to do your friend harm, like trickster spirits. Instead, they would wish their friends bad fortune. Yeah, I like that. There is also evidence that
piss me off, you little piglet son bitch.
There is also evidence that some have pointed to stage directions for the opening night of the reconstructed Globe Theatre in London, which supposedly called for two actors to swing dramatically from a balcony down to the stage on ropes. One of the actors slipped, and you guessed it, broke his leg. However, this has not been substantiated. In
rats!
It has become a common expression, an accepted expression for good luck. I'll save the rest of these for next week.
Nice. There's some good little idioms.
Yeah, some good ones. I got next for next week. I'll do a little teaser. I got cold shoulder. I got mind your own beeswax.
I can't
got
wait.
The word gossip. Big wig.
Oh man, it's gonna be good.
Yeah.
Oh, don't make me beg now.
So
wrestler. Oh shit! Sorry, dude.
I'm gonna switch it over to this real quick.
Yeah.
NASA found an immense crater beneath Greenland's ice sheets, which pretty much vindicates everything that like Randall Carlson and Graham Hancock have been talking about. So that's pretty cool,
dude. So they did find the
they
crater?
found
they'll get zero recognition for that.
Yeah, no, they won't get any recognition. It's all that's what's bullshit.
They're not
But
part of the club.
with the way the internet now, and they've been on Joe Rogan's podcast, talking about it, so a lot of people are aware of their theory. So they may, if something does ever come out and there's passion against it, they could probably, in this day and age, it's not like the John Anthony West days where you just get shut down by Egyptologists and your shit never sees the light of day, or it's just bullshit.
Or all the other people that have been,
yeah, man, just any
taken care of.
Yeah, alternative theories. They don't like them.
What about that guy, Paul Benowitz? Was it Benowitz?
Benowitz isn't he he was the Mirage Man guy, right? Where they fed him all that information, Doty and all those guys, and they ended up killing himself, quote unquote.
Pretty much.
Yeah, suicide. It's crazy.
It's fucked up.
Well, that's kind of what a lot of people are calling Tom DeLonge. He's the new Benowitz. Like, they're just feeding him all this information and shit.
Or he's in on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, what's his band? Blink 182? Third Eye Blind?
That's his old band.
Whatever the fuck he was in.
Third Eye 182.
Kind of, program of its own.
Who knows? Dude, I loved Blink 182 when I was younger. Listen to their first albums, and then
what's going on in my pants? Looks like we got 6 more weeks of winter.
Jesus.
I was thinking about this today. If you go and watch American Dad or Family Guy,
yeah.
Why don't the Democrats complain about
so bad
that show being racist or whatever other bullshit they're putting on other people? Because Seth MacFarlane's like this huge Democrat.
Yeah, but every time that they do call out something that happened like 20 years ago, I think it's just ruining their case more and more. Because there's going to be a point where people are like, okay, this is ridiculous. Yeah, we all did shit back in the day that, maybe not be socially accepted in your world now. Like,
That's
don't blame
true.
us for it.
But you know what? It cranks up all the people who are already, fervent about this. It cranks them up one more notch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Got my tweed press, got my best, that's all I need. Now is the boy. Got my stripe, I got my hopes, I got the time in the place, and I got rhythm. All I need is Chris to go with them.
Come on,
I mean, how can you not get in trouble for that? It's unbelievable.
That's kind of what I'm saying. I mean, it's showcasing a pedophile, but
yeah,
it's okay because it's a left-wing show.
Unbelievable. I mean, I'm looking at this stuff, and it's just I can't stop laughing. It's so bad.
Didn't Seth MacFarlane kind of like get ahead of it, and didn't he say some sort of apology or something? Or I could have swore that something recently came out about Family Guy. I could have swore.
I don't know.
But
Family Guy,
maybe not.
There's been a lot of shit that's been in Family Guy that has been predictive too. Like Robin Williams' death, that whole thing where he was Peter. I forget the actual lead up to it, but everything that he touched became Robin Williams. Something like that. Like every bird, every tree. So the world was full of Robin Williamses, and he had to kill himself.
Well, I mean, Family Guy's been on the air for almost 20 years now. Like, it's been a long time. Like, it's one of those shows like The Simpsons, it's been on for so long, you could find how they've done so much shit that some of it's going to predict the future. But it's weird. Yeah,
I know. It's just, I'm not saying they knew. I'm just saying it's interesting.
How about South Park, though? It's like South Park's worse out of all of them. And like the Trey Parker or Matt Stone are untouchable. Like they're just like they were doing the shit. They paved the road for all this horrible offensive comedy to be on the air, and it's just beautiful. Like, I thank them every day. I wouldn't be the person I am today without South Park.
Thank you. I don't think I've actually watched an entire episode. I did see that movie they did though.
Oh man, dude, I love South Park. What's so amazing about South Park right now is like if you go back and start from season 1 and watch it, it paints a perfect picture of just society we live in. Because all it is it's a satire on society. So like you could see the trends that we went through. You could see different shit that like they're just making fun of. It's hilarious. It's a great show.
I'm not saying it isn't. I just said I never saw it.
Bitch. Man. So what are we gonna end the show on? We got some good closing segments. James, I know, don't you have like a listicle that you want to bust out to extend it an extra 2 hours?
Yeah, let me bust that out real quick.
Let me bust out this listicle.
I want to go over the meaning of life.
Yeah, let's
go over the meaning of life with you guys. If you got a minute.
Oh man,
I don't know what happened. It just got.
Yeah, dude,
Time flew by.
that was hilarious. That show with Brandon, it's 10 o'clock and we're winding down and stuff. And James is like, "Hey, you got a minute, Brandon? You gonna be around for another like 45 minutes afterwards?" James is like, "Let's compare 1984 and now in the comparisons to society with a big listicle." I'm just going, and I'm like, dude, I gotta work in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah,
that was great.
I got
that was an awesome show, though.
It was fun. Thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, love you, Brandon.
He did like almost a 4-hour show today.
He can go, man.
A live stream.
Nice. What do you got, Felix?
I got letters received at the Duke Parapsychology Laboratory. Letters received by them. Remember, I did this 2 weeks or 3 weeks back.
I don't, but if you want to bust out a letter, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's like 1950s, 1960s, and I started reading this a little bit, and it's kind of about paranormal studies.
Oh, I think I remember this now.
And they just have some letters when people started hearing that they were actually doing it. People with weird things going on in their life sent in letters, and they're just little snippets of the letters, and they're pretty interesting to hear. So I could read like 2 of them. From birth, this little girl, now aged 29 months, was different from other infants. At 1 year, she was already imitating the family canary, dog, cat, and a lamb, cow, frog, and chickens. But at 19 months, she began to prognosticate with an accuracy most startling. Floods and earthquakes, plane crashes, the change in Superior Court, Roosevelt and his illness. She has made predictions which I fear to write down here, lest I should be suspected in some way with the results. May I have an answer soon? 1938.
Wow. That's interesting.
Here's a random one for you. During the past months, the Boston area has been plagued with a strangular.
Strangular?
It says strangular. It says strangular, and then it has the little in brackets.
What the fuck is a strangular?
What is a strangular?
Just wait. In brackets, it has the SIC.
Oh, okay.
Sick. Does that mean like
spelling is correct?
That's what that means?
Yep.
No.
Yes.
I thought that was for like when someone says something like with authority and they think they're right, but the author who's quoting it knows it's wrong.
No, it's just square brackets around a word, I believe.
Huh.
It's put in for clarity. It's not what was actually said.
Okay. Huh.
SIC means spelling is correct.
You sure?
I'm 99% sure.
Let me see here. It's used in practice after. Okay, it's used in brackets after a copied or quoted word that appears odd or erroneous to show that the word is quoted exactly as it stands in the original. So it could be wrong, but it's just how it was used originally.
Right. Like, they're telling you that they did not misspell it. That's the point. The spelling is correct.
Okay, yeah. It'd be like if someone was quoting James and he said something like supposedly.
Correct.
Yes, sir.
They wrote supposedly now. Okay, let me get back to it. During the past months, the Boston area has been plagued with a strangular. 10 women have been strangled, and the police have no concrete clues. I mentioned the work in ESP to the homicide department. The detectives with whom I talked said the authorities had thought of ESP work in dealing with crime, but were skeptical. However, they would be interested in more information. 1963. All right, that one wasn't that good. Here's a good. This will be my last one here. This one might be good. I don't know. It might be. I am in jail at Asheville, North Carolina, waiting on trial for first-degree murder. I know almost to the day when I will be dying, so I think I should tell someone of your caliber so the research can be furthered. I have been able to foretell what is going to happen in the future. I even saw the face of the man of whom I am accused of killing, and even knew his first name, but up until the time of his death, I had never seen or heard anything about him. I will be going to court the last day of August, so I hope you will contact me very shortly, either in person or by letter. 1964. The writer was sentenced to life the following month.
So no hard feelings?
Does that make sense?
Where is he now?
There's no follow-up.
Oh, man.
Does that make sense? That doesn't make sense to me.
I wasn't
How much
listening.
sense?
He's saying he's in jail for life, and
Yeah,
he might have
but
saw
then-
the person that he killed, or I don't know if it was someone else killed this person. He's accused of it, but he says that he saw the face of the man he's accused of killing. He even knew his first name, but up until the time of his death, I had never seen or heard anything about him. So he's getting glimpses of this guy he's being accused of killing. He has some sort of memory of this person. It never says if he did it or not.
Or a guy was a guy was reading the paper or something, and then saw a guy in jail that was, accused of killing him. And he's like, I've never met this guy before. Or
weird.
It's weird. Isn't that weird?
All right, let me read another one that maybe makes sense.
I thought that was the last one.
No, one more. Okay, here's a good one. My wife, together with me, purchased an orange squeezer, hand operated, poorly constructed and inexpensive.
Oh, jackpot!
She bought it for a girlfriend of hers, who, in my opinion, was not a really good friend. In my own mind,
why could she like a pussy?
In my own mind, I wished and concentrated that when she operated this thing, the handle would break and cut her hand. Not a nice thing to do, I admit now. Lo and behold, that is exactly what happened to her. She required stitching by a doctor. I would be most grateful to you to hear from you and get your reaction. 1950.
Jeez.
Weird.
That's a little pre-cognitive.
That or willed it.
Yeah. Premeditated bad will.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Bad vibes.
Man.
Wow. Well, I'm going to end it on, I'm going to read two things from Jack Handy's Deep Thoughts. It's a little book that King Jingle got us. So here's the first one. It takes a big man to cry, but it takes a bigger man to laugh at that man. All right, that's the first one. Here we'll go, number 2. If you ever fall off the Sears Tower, just go real limp, because maybe you'll look like a dummy, and people will try to catch you because, hey, free dummy. and that's Jack Handy's Deep Thoughts.
People are stupid.
Yes. So thanks for listening, guys. Another episode of Cruising with Steak.
Boom.
Rounded it off. Jerry, who you got on tomorrow night on Nox Mente?
We have a woman named Sabrina Milston, and
Sabrina.
she's the partner of Vince Venuza, who is the operator of Pacific North Weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
They're like
good
a
paranormal researcher.
No, it's not even like that. It's more like they just look into weird stuff, but not deeply.
Gotcha. Cool.
Nice.
Felix, you got any new albums coming out?
Yeah, eventually.
Someday. In the future. Get them out.
I'm looking to make like $10,000 on it.
Okay, sweet.
When it does come out.
Right, $10,000.
Better go get that.
That's the goal. Everybody buy Felix's album. And yeah, like I said, we're on Spotify. So if that's your way of listening, check us out there. Love you guys. Good vibes. Another episode of Cruising with Steak. It's done.
Bye-bye. Y'all.
Dirty.
Five pink flamingos. few flamenco dancers. They're in the kitchen and they're baking Day of the Dead cookies. And I step into the kitchen and I'm like, let me have a lookie, see what kind of cookie you're cooking up. And they're looking up at me skeptical, and I Poindex to my spectacles. And I'm wearing a maroon Harvard t-shirt. Yeah, I know I'm a smart cookie, but I'm no psychic. You can come and ring my bell, but where we're gonna end up in the future, I can never tell. I can never tell. Me and 5 of my best friends and a few of my enemies, we're at the coffee shop and we're settling our differences. Benjamin Otto pulls out a game of Chinese checkers and he orders a cappuccino. And I pick blue and he picks red and you pick yellow. And I'm wearing a tie-dye peace sign t-shirt. Yeah, I know I'm a peacenik, but I ain't no hypocrite. You can come and ring my bell, but where we're gonna end up in the future, I can never tell. I can never tell. One bell, one man, and with my sense of smell, I can smell the salt in your tears. And I can sense your fears. You're hoping for a bit of divinity in this worldly vicinity. And you understand the fragility of the human vessel. And you sit Indian style like a pretzel. And you levitate to a transcendental state when you meditate. And you levitate to a transcendental state when you meditate. And you levitate to a transcendental state